A recession is on the way, and 10 Florida cities are positioned to fall before anywhere else in the country. Economists may still be debating when it begins, but these markets are already showing severe cracks. Home values are down 10 to 12% in a year. Inventory has doubled. Sellers are cutting prices fast. When the downturn hits, these places will buckle. The Wall Street Journal has already labeled one of them the worst housing market in the nation. We're counting down from number 10 to number 1, saving the biggest collapse for last. Before we start, drop your guess in the comments. Which Florida city do you think will be hit the hardest? And if we mention your city, go ahead and subscribe. Number 10, Ocala. Ocala sits between Tampa and Orlando and is known for its horse farms and large properties. Prices slipped 3.1% over the past year, but the real problem is inventory. There are 3,900 homes for sale right now, double what was available 2 years ago. The city has never recorded inventory this high. Forecasts point to another 8.4% drop over the coming year. During the pandemic, buyers flocked here for affordable land and fewer insurance headaches. Now those same owners are rushing to sell, competing for a shrinking pool of buyers. Lower insurance costs don't matter when demand dries up. Ocala shows what happens when supply keeps growing while interest from buyers fades. With job losses and tighter lending in a recession, this level of inventory could send prices falling fast. Number 9. Winter Haven. CoreLogic ranks Winter Haven as the second highest risk market in Florida for a housing downturn. The city sits between Tampa and Orlando and grew quickly during the pandemic as buyers chased cheaper homes. Prices are down 0.9% year over year, with a sharper 1.2% drop between October and January. Forecasts show another 7.8% decline ahead. The main issue is how fast prices shot up during the boom. When values jump 30 to 40% in 2 years, the market eventually snaps back. Winter Haven also lacks a diversified economy and depends heavily on Orlando and Tampa. Once those markets weaken, Winter Haven feels it immediately. The median list price is around $35,000 below coastal areas, but affordability means little when unemployment rises and lenders tighten requirements. Buyers who could qualify before won't be approved at 6 or 7% unemployment. Number 8, Lakeland. Home values in Lakeland fell 4.4% over the past year. Right now, 4,900 homes are on the market, a 67% surplus above normal levels. Forecasts show another 8.8% decline coming. Lakeland saw a huge building boom during the pandemic because of its location between 2 major metros. Developers built aggressively, and now that extra supply is weighing down the market. Warehouse and logistics jobs are among the first to disappear during recessions. These industries depend entirely on consumer spending, and any slowdown leads to immediate layoffs. Lakeland's average August inventory used to sit around 2,900 homes, but now it's near 4,900. Demand is at a 10-year low while supply has nearly doubled. In downturns like this, markets don't just cool, they freeze. This is especially true in cities that experienced sharp growth, including the next one, where luxury projects are sitting half empty. Number 7. Bradenton. Bradenton's housing market has taken a 7.6% hit in the past year, and the declines are speeding up. The most recent monthly drop was 0.9%, which would translate to a 10% annual loss if the trend continues. The area has 3,700 active listings, a 57% surplus compared to normal levels. Forecasts expect another 8.1% slide over the next year, putting 2-year losses near 16%. Families moved here for the schools and the commute to Tampa. But bedroom communities fall early in recessions because they depend on nearby job hubs. When Tampa companies start laying people off, mortgage payments become unmanageable. Even nearby beach areas like Longboat Key have slipped 11% already. Number 6. West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach borders Palm Beach, home to some of the wealthiest people in the country. Home values dipped 0.5% year over year, with a larger 1.2% decline between October and January. The median list price hit $369,500 in February. Developer Stephen Ross is pouring $10 billion into new office space, condos, and hotels, millions of square feet across 70 acres. New luxury towers like the Bristol and the Berkeley now line the waterfront, and large rental buildings like the Grand and the Spruce each have more than 200 units. All of this added a massive amount of supply. Wealthy buyers are quick to pull back when the economy looks uncertain. They have endless options, and if West Palm Beach feels unstable, they simply look to Miami, Naples, or even out of state. In a recession, luxury spending slows dramatically, especially when stock values drop and business income falls. That includes second homes and Florida vacation condos. Number 5. Tampa. CoreLogic lists Tampa as the top Florida metro at high risk of a price decline. This is a major market with a huge population and economic weight. Prices dropped 0.9% year over year, and the recent trend shows an even steeper 1.6% slide between October and January. The median list price is $463,000. Tampa was one of the most desirable cities during the pandemic, and developers built aggressively to meet that demand. Now that oversupply is pushing prices down. Insurance costs are a big part of the problem. Coastal exposure has caused premiums to double or triple in just 3 years, and some properties can't get coverage at all. Between insurance, taxes, and higher rates, many families simply can't afford the monthly costs anymore. Tampa's issues tie directly into the next city, where the crisis is even worse, and has already drawn national headlines. Number 4. Sarasota. Sarasota may be the hardest hit city in Florida right now. Prices plunged 9.9% over the past year, with a 1.2% decline in the latest month alone, equal to about 14% annualized losses. There are 5,000 homes for sale, and forecasts show another 7.8 to 8% drop ahead. Total losses over 2 years would reach roughly 18%. Property taxes jumped as values surged during the boom, and recession makes that even harder to manage. Retirees on fixed incomes can't absorb rising costs. Vacation home purchases also disappeared during downturns. Sarasota is already showing signs of collapse before the recession even starts. Add a real recession on top of this, and the market could easily fall another 10 to 15%. Number 3. Pasco County. Pasco County covers suburbs north of Tampa, including Wesley Chapel, Lando Lakes, and Dade City. Families moved here for newer homes and good schools, but values have already fallen 5.8% in the last year. The most recent month saw a 0.6% decline, which would mean 7.1% losses over a full year. There are 3,700 homes for sale, a 65% surplus above long-term norms. Forecasts expect another 8.5% drop. Sales have fallen to their lowest level in a decade. Buyers have all but vanished. The area boomed during the pandemic thanks to strong migration, but that migration has cooled while inventory keeps rising. Every month, the gap widens between available homes and the number of buyers. Number 2. Cape Coral. The Wall Street Journal named Cape Coral the worst housing market in the country. Prices fell 10% year over year, and recent monthly declines point toward 14% annualized losses. There are 11,000 homes on the market, a 66% surplus above normal levels. Forecasts expect another 9.1% drop, bringing 2-year losses to 19%. Sellers are taking huge hits. One home listed at $589,000 in 2024 eventually sold for $399,000, nearly $200,000 less. Another property sold for $585,000, even though the owner paid $840,000 in 2022, losing $255,000 in under 3 years. Insurance costs are extreme. Waterfront homeowners can face premiums of $15,000 to $25,000 a year, and some can't get insurance at all. Without insurance, buyers can't get mortgages, wiping out most would-be purchasers. Cape Coral is already sinking during stable conditions. With unemployment and tighter financing, values could drop 25 to 30% from peak before stabilizing. Number 1. St. Petersburg and Clearwater. St. Petersburg and Clearwater in Pinellas County are the most vulnerable markets in Florida. Values dropped 8.3% over the past year. The latest month saw a 1.1% decline, which works out to more than 12% annualized losses. There are 7,400 homes for sale, and forecasts predict another 9% drop over the next year, adding up to a 17% decline across 2 years. And that's without a recession. Some zip codes have already seen 18% annual drops. Condo market is in even worse shape, with certain areas down 25% already. Insurance costs are skyrocketing, property taxes are rising, and HOA fees have climbed 60% since 2019 after the Surfside collapse. The rental market also shows the imbalance. A home listed at $350,000 might rent for $1,800 a month, while the mortgage would be well over $2,500. Makes no sense for buyers when renting is 30% cheaper. St. Petersburg is exposed on every front. Coastal risk pushing up insurance, dense condo development driving up HOA costs, and a tourist-dependent economy that gets hit hard in downturns. When job losses start, owners who can't cover their bills will unload properties into an already overcrowded market. Foreclosures will drag prices down even more. St. Petersburg is likely to fall first, fall hardest, and take the longest to recover. The data shows the collapse is already underway. The only question is how deep it goes before buyers come back, possibly years from now. That wraps up our list of the 10 Florida cities most at risk when the recession hits. These markets are already showing signs of strain, and the next year could be tough for homeowners, buyers, and investors across the state. If you live in any of these areas, keep an eye on local data, stay informed, and make decisions based on what's happening on the ground rather than the hype.